What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of CubReacts. It's Friday, we've got loads of new music to get into, and we are kicking off with this one. Brand new from Mr. Eazi, DJ Neptune, and Konshens. Really excited to jump into it. Two of my favourite artists right now in Konshens and Mr. Eazi. I love what DJ Neptune's doing music-wise as well. His album Greatness 2.0 was one of my favourite drops of last year, so I'm very excited to get into this one. As always, if you want to get involved and support the channel, make sure you head over to patreon.com/CubCamTV. You get access to loads of bits on there. Go and check it out if you want to support the channel a bit more. But we're going to jump right into this one. Make sure you are hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page, turning notifications on, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. I didn't know this was dropping until this morning, so let's have a look at how it sounds. Loving those horns. Okay. This is such a, typically Mr. Eazi sounding tune, man. It sounds great.
DJ Neptune, hit me.
See, I like my girl with the biggie bum bum.
Just from the jump on this one, the energy running through it is incredible. Those really kind of, I want to say kind of almost regal sounding horns. That really, really nice. Kind of mirroring Mr. Eazi's vocal melody as well. Again, the whole tune on this one sounds really, really lively, man. I'm loving the fact that we've got these big sort of booming electronic drums in the background. This is a sort of instrumental that suits both Mr. Eazi and Konshens. It's this kind of middle ground between sort of dancehall and Afrobeats, which I know they both like to kind of maneuver around really, really nicely. And again, Mr. Eazi sounds great over the intro, man. This is sounding great so far. Let's see how it develops.
Anytime
that little synth line's crazy as well.
Shake it dance floor. If it is your waist with the rise, my John.
Let's go.
Baby, Walangolo, shake on for me. Check on my room. Love the way you back it up, Walangolo. Shake on for me. Check on my room.
There's so much to like about this.
I don't mind if you got the man. I just want to make
you know what? This already sounds like classic Mr. Eazi, man. The vocals we're actually getting off him, the direction he's going with the harmonies and the different kind of layers, sounding super, super clean. You then couple that with that sort of almost, I want to say kind of percussive sounding melody, that kind of did-it-in, did-it-in, din-din, did-it-in, din-din. That sort of very, almost sounds like you're kind of, you're tapping a bottle with a drumstick. That's the sort of sound it is. But the way it's kind of maneuvering around in a lot of different areas sounds really, really cool, man. I'm a big fan of the way this one sounds. Everything about it sounds great, so let's see how it progresses.
Shake on for me, check on my room. Love the way you back it up.
Woo! Oh, what a breakdown, man.
Love the way you back it up. Girl, I don't mind if you got the man. I just want
you know what, this is a tune, yeah?
Shake on for me.
We're about to get into Konshens verse, I believe, but the way this tune has been set up, this is such a perfect tune for like FIFA or a kind of video sync or something along those lines. The whole kind of approach to this, I could hear this in the background for a trainer video or something like that. The whole way it's set up, it just has this very electronic kind of driven sounding instrumental, and that's really, really cool. As I said, this is an area we know both Mr. Eazi and Konshens are very, very good in, and the way that we're actually getting those kind of extensive kind of harmonies from Mr. Eazi in this that do follow a similar kind of melodic pattern, it's just really enjoyable. The whole way the tune's been put together sounds fantastic. I'm a big fan of the vocals so far. This is putting a smile on my face, man. I'm glad we've started off today's reactions with this one. Again, guys, let me know in the comments down below how you are feeling about it. Go.
I get so weak for your little slim thing. Dark skin, whitey, Asian, or a browning. Don't even matter. Thick girls I ain't mad at you. My little booty's mad at you. She possess me like a voodoo.
You know what, yeah? On a global scale, I think Konshens is very underrated. Obviously, he's got the big hit, which is obviously Brock Off Your Back. He's got his sort of dancehall classic already in the bag. But the way he arrives on tunes like this, even his most recent album that we did a review on the channel, I thought it was so criminally slept on in regards to kind of wider play. I think Konshens just has this fantastic ability in the way that he puts tunes together, just to kind of have a calm yet hype nature. It's such a bizarre kind of combination of things to say, but his vocal always sounds really, really precise. It sounds really kind of I'm trying to think of the best way. Precise is probably the best word to describe it. It's never over the top, but the way that he vocalizes always kind of hypes up a tune. It's a really cool combo. Listen to what I mean when we're listening.
Oh my baby, Walangolo, shake that for me and turn around.
I love the kind of wave of the vocal as well.
Shake that for me and turn around. Love the way you back it up. Girl, I don't care if you got a man. Bad man forward in the plan, wine and go low. Shake that for me and turn around.
The thing I really like about this, is the kind of mass applicability of the tune. When you look at the different sort of styles and sounds we're getting here, we've got elements of kind of typical Afro beats. We've got elements of typical dancehall. We've also got the more sort of, I want to say, Major Lazer inspired kind of electronic side of what's going on. And the way it's so widely applicable. Like, you could play this at a dance, you could play this at a festival stage. Again, you could play this just when you're chilling at home. You could play this when you're on your way to work in a bus. You could play this in a gym. There are so many different places this tune works. And again, I think it's a very kind of telling scenario for Mr. Eazi especially. He is so versatile when it comes to this sort of thing, and I think it just fits him perfectly.
Back it up, move it up, shake it for me now. Oh, yeah. Love the way you back it up. Back it up, move it up, shake it for me now. 1, 2, let's go. Love the way you back it up. Girl, I don't mind if you got the mind. I just want to make you shake your ass while I'm going.
I love the complexity of the melodies underneath. It's doing absolute bits. You see, I've heard before a lot of similarities in Konshens' vocal to Shaggy's vocal, the actual kind of the texture of his vocal, and I haven't really ever been able to hear it before until this tune. Just the way that he projects, the sort of actual the notation that he's hitting, the actual frequency range he's hitting, and the kind of timbre of his vocal. You can definitely see why that's a comparison. It's the first time I've actually heard it kind of happen, but he sounds really, really clean on this as well. The back and forth we're now getting into is what I really wanted to hear as well. Again, two very competent multi-genre artists that are just coming together on a tune like this. It works so well. Again, those little melodies on the instrumental are really, really telling. That kind of ba-dum bang, ba-da-dung-dung, ba-dang-ding. That really, really almost bell-like melody works really, really clean. There's so much to like about this.
Back it up when you see money start flying up. Over your body, Miss Easy, you're crying up. Pretty girl, I want you look into my eyes. So you can't whine, but at least you gotta try. So she got a boyfriend, but
we're still getting new content. That's what we want to see.
Oh my baby, Walangolo, shake am for me, check my room. Love the way you back it up, Walangolo, shake am for me.
Yeah, the switch up between the two works really well. I don't know if these two have collaborated before, but if they haven't, I don't really understand why, because they're both artists that are very capable of crossing over into each other's zones. This is a collaboration that makes so much sense. When you look at their vocal ability, their kind of track record of being expansive within their sounds. It's a really clever collab. Again, I'm not entirely sure what. I'm assuming Neptune's kind of involved in the putting together of the tune, probably involved a little bit on the production side of things as well. I haven't seen another production credit. Let me just check. Killer Tunes produced it, so there we go. But yeah, really interesting stuff, man. It's a wicked link up. Let's see how it goes.
Girl, I don't mind if you got the man. I just want to make you shake your ass while I'm Walangolo, shake am for me, check my room. Love the way you back it up, move it up, shake it for me now. Love the way you back it up.
I'm loving how many kind of instrumental breaks we're getting on this as well.
Love the way you back it up. Girl, I don't mind if you got the man. I just want to make you shake your ass while I'm Walangolo.
Now the question is, does it pass the can you sit still to it test? And to be honest, this isn't a tune that I would happily be able to sit still to. There's so much rhythm going on. The kind of dip within the drum structures, the kind of snares they're using, the drums they're using in general are very bouncy. They're quite short and sharp in the way they hit. They're not big extended drums. The bass line's really subtle underneath as well, but it pulls you in. As I was saying earlier, it has this kind of wave in the like it ascends and then descends. It pulls you up and then drags you down again, and you get pulled into that kind of that wave formation as it goes forward. Let's let this one run through to the end, and then we'll give you our final breakdown at there.
Come for me, check my room. Love the way you back it up.
greatness.
That's the Neptune tag, isn't it? we go then. Produced by Killer Tunes. This one, Mr. Eazi, DJ Neptune, and Konshens with Walangolo. Again, it's a phrase I've heard Mr. Eazi use a fair bit, to be honest with you, so it's about time that we had a track entitled with this name. Wicked link up, makes perfect sense sonically. I think both the vocalists on this have a really kind of natural synergy. Their vocals stack on top of each other really well. And the whole tune just feels really good. Really nice and electronic. I'm loving the constant progression, the fact there's so many elements going on at all times. The harmonizing from Mr. Eazi, that very clean cut vocal from Konshens. What's not to like about this one? I'm a big fan, so there we go. Hopefully you have enjoyed. Let me know what you like about this one in the comments section down below, or if you don't like it, let me know as well. I'm keen to hear from each and every one of you, and as always, if you are new to the channel, please make sure you're hitting that subscribe button on the right hand side of the page, turning notifications on, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff, and we shall see you all next time, my friends. Have a good one, and peace.
Sounding so good right now. My sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, CubCamTV. Stay locked.